What's up? It's Jeremy Picker from Amber Creative.
This is Deanna with In the Zoning and Print Girl Mafia.
This is Ray Weiss with Printing United Alliance.
You're listening to the Two Regular Guys podcast.
Hosted by Terry Combs RG, Regular Guy, and Aaron Montgomery.
The place to be for industry news.
The best dad jokes on earth, along with relevant topics to apparel decorators.
Fashion to the people.
Welcome into the show. It is Friday, August 21st, 2026. I'm Terry Combs with DTF Superstore, and you can find me at terrycombs.com.
And I'm Aaron Montgomery from Super Gamut and our Success Group. And today, Terry, we've got a fellow All-Star, the Printing United All-Stars. It's an awesome group of people. We've been blessed to have a few of those folks on with us recently, and that will continue. But Joanne Gore is going to be joining us. And she is just a wealth of knowledge, marketing, communications expert. So we're going to talk a little bit about marketing communications and the AI slop, right? Like sometimes, Terry, we think of AI slop as like our customer said, here's my finished artwork, this piece of AI slop, so to speak. But it also happens in our marketing communication.
What used to be on a napkin in the old days.
Exactly. But same holds true for our marketing and in the way we're communicating and using tools like ChatGPT and other AIs to do some of the heavy lifting, but Joanne's got some, I think, ideas and tips for us on that. Plus, she is a master at the power of community, so we are going to ask her lots of questions about that today as well, Terry. So I'm excited. I think we're in for a great one today.
Me too, absolutely. And make sure you stay till the very end. I'm going to be stirring up a secret sauce today, Aaron. One mistake that costs shops the most money. So stay tuned to the end for that.
That looks like a good one. I've got my marker ready to go to take those notes on the secret sauce. One mistake that costs shops the most money. And then when you said stirring it up, it just makes me think of like the cauldron and the witch's brew, right? The secret sauce. It's in there. So you got to be there to catch it. But speaking of secret sauce, one of the things that we love a ton about being able to host the Two Regular Guys here is all of the community that we get to be surrounded by. And Cassie Green from The Apparelist is one of those people that we just love being around, and can't wait to get to see her in person there in Printing United coming up at the end of September. But she's here to share the news with us today, Terry. So are you ready to get Cassie in here?
I am, and certainly appreciate the fact that she's taken time away from Printing United prep to come on and do the news.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get to it.
Well, hello everybody. Yes, a little bit chaotic here on our end, but we're so excited. I can't believe Expo is like almost a month away, but today I'm truly in the presence of greatness with all these all-stars and great people, so can't say that I'm that upset about it. But here we are for the headlines today, so let's kick it off. First one, Stitch Network launches to help independent print and graphics businesses grow stronger together. So Stitch, which is a new community network serving independent businesses in the decorated apparel, signage, and specialty graphics industries, is officially launching with a mission to help independent companies become stronger, more competitive, and better connected. You're actually going to get a chance to meet all these folks at Printing United Expo, but until then, a few details. They are serving businesses involved in screen printing, embroidery, DTF, DTG, wide format printing, signage, and specialty graphics. That's a lot. Stitch Network brings together independent business owners, industry experts, and supplier partners in a collaborative environment designed specifically for these trades. And this is all according to a press release from the group. Stitch is built around 4 primary pillars: peer groups, training, connections, and the hub. So if you want to learn more, you can type in stchnetwork.com and that will take you directly to their site. Second headline I have for everybody on this beautiful Friday is Printing United Alliance 2026 honorees include apparel industry legends. So Printing United Alliance announces the industry leaders who will be recognized through several of our most prestigious honors in 2026. This includes the newest members of the Ben Franklin Honor Society and the Academy of Screen and Digital Print Technologies. The Alliance will also recognize the recipient of the 2026 Joe Clark Innovator Award and this year's Swarmstead Best in Class Award winners. I mentioned there are several apparel industry legends in this lineup, and I'm not joking, you guys. The Academy class of 2026 includes John McGee of Avient Specialty Inks, Kevin Koth of Saudi Americas Corporation, and Michelle Moxley of the Ink Kitchen. The Alliance and the Academy will also honor Riley Hopkins as the recipient of the 2026 Joe Clark Innovator Award. And then additionally, the Academy will recognize the 2026 Swarmstead Best in Class Award winners. Recipients are posthumously Michelle Kaza. And then, of course, we also have Michelle Moxley, Ray Greenwood, and Michelle Moxley again. She is cleaning up this year. The Academy membership selected Michelle Moxley's article, quote, AI Generative Art in 2025 as the overall 2026 Swarmstead Award winner. So just another reason to come to the expo other than meeting Erin, Terry, Eric, and Joanne, of course. That's all I have for you guys today. Back to you, Erin and Terry.
All right. What stood out, Terry?
Well, I am certainly happy to see Riley Hopkins being recognized. I met Riley, gosh, I think the first year that I started in business, and that was in a previous century, Aaron, as you all know. Yes, one of those legends did text me and say, "Hey, did you see this award I'm getting?" I won't say who.
Yeah. We talked about that earlier, but you and I personally love it. No, this is really cool, and I'm glad that people are being recognized, and excited about it. I'm excited to get to see all those people face to face and congratulate them in person when we see them there at Printing United coming up at the end of September.
It's starting to feel like, how is all this going to get squeezed into 3 days? Plus, work in a booth, you're going to be working 2 booths. So plus you're speaking and everything else. It's going to be a whirlwind.
It will be. And it is every year. And I don't know, maybe I like that. Maybe I invite this controlled chaos into my life because I like it. I don't know. Who knows? I can't wait. All right. Well, Terry, this is got some folks checking in this morning. We got Jerry Dahlheimer checking in saying good morning. And Kim Johnson, good morning, boys. So appreciate them checking in. If you guys are tuned in live right now, make sure that you are participating. I know Terry's going to share this as well, but Ramona says, remember to take time to breathe. Thank you, Ramona. And greetings from our good friends over at Super Gamut, and good morning from Ramona. So yeah, we want you guys to be part of this conversation too. We don't get to just keep Joanne all to ourselves. So if you guys have questions for Joanne, please bring them into the conversation. And yeah, looking forward to this for sure. But we do have a dad joke that we've got to get to first. You know, Cassie promised the best dad jokes in the world.
And Cassie's here, and she's the one who says the best dad jokes in the world. So no pressure, Aaron. But
no, I know. I'm feeling a little nervous, but I think I can do this. Let's do it. Hey, Terry, I don't know if you knew this, but the person who invented the Ferris wheel never met the person who invented the merry-go-round.
Oh, how's that, Aaron?
Well, they traveled in different circles.
It is a worthy friend.
Shoot, we got to work on that. Again, maybe in year 17 or 18, we'll get it so Eric is on the screen for that little part so we can see his reaction. The little corner reaction of Eric. I know we talked about that last week, and I did nothing about that. So anyhow, there we go. There's your dad joke.
These days. So
Hey,
we want to thank everybody for checking out the Two Regular Guys podcast. We need your voices still. We would love to have the regulators participate in the show intros. Go to osg.link/intro, read a few sentences, be a part of every show. Do not be left out. We're always looking for new guests like today. If you or anyone you know would like to join us, go to calendly.com/2 regular guys to book a future episode, or email us at info@tworegularguys.com with your show ideas. If you are listening to the podcast version of the show, we would appreciate you sharing the Two Regular Guys podcast with all of your industry friends so they can become regulators too. And we would appreciate it if you could leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, wherever you do your podcast listening, we are there. And as Aaron said, if you're watching us live right now, please join in with your comments and your thoughts and your questions.
Absolutely. Looking forward to having this conversation across the board here. And so speaking of that, Terry, are you ready to get Joanne on screen here with us?
Absolutely. Let's welcome her in.
All right. Hey, Joanne. Good morning. And thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
I'm so excited. I didn't realize I was going to get a dad joke to get my day going. So, it was pretty exciting.
I'm not sure if I should apologize or what, but yes, it's part of being a dad. I think it's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
So,
No.
well, again, appreciate you being here with us a little bit. So we gave up reading the long drawn out bios of, our perfect world and all that stuff. We know you're perfect already. So we want to talk about your journey here a little bit. Tell us about, your journey into and through the industry here and just kind of give us the Joanne 101.
Sure. I will do my best to keep this brief. Started my career, I really don't want to say how long ago, but it was quite a while ago. It was before there were computers and before there was the internet. And I remember working at a place when they installed their fax machine for the first time. So we're going back a few years. So
Understood.
When I went to college, I studied to be a graphic designer, and that's what I graduated as. And I was a typesetter and a layout artist, and did it all old school and shot film and burned plates and ran an AB Dick when I had to. And then fast forward to, I'd say the early 90s, and I got hired by a software company to do all of their print production. And if anybody remembers back in those days, there was a lot that went into a software package. There was the box, there was the manual, there were the insert cards, the cheat sheets, the diskette labels, the business reply, like lots and lots and lots of print. So yeah. I really transitioned from, I call it agency side to corporate, where I worked within a corporate marketing department. And I basically stayed, not at that company, but in that sort of corporate marketing role for about 30 years, in the tech sector primarily. So while my roots were in print, while I always loved the print industry, my career took me into a really amazing world of tech. So I was spoiled. Fast forward, I was bounced around a lot. When you're in tech, there's a lot of acquisitions. I probably have worked for more companies than most people have changed socks, which is a crazy thing to think about. But I ultimately, when the last company that I worked at, which was Avanti, which is a print MIS software company, they ultimately got bought out by Ricoh, which has now subsequently sold to another company. So it's already like 2 or 3 degrees of separation. But when that acquisition came, I was like, that's it, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. So I spun up Joanne Gore Communications as a full service B2B marketing agency with a high focus on the print industry. The print industry needs so much help. We can't help but in many instances be our own worst enemy. So I really have made it my mission to help the print industry sell more print. And that's where I am today. That was about 10 years ago. We incorporated in December of 2019. And if everybody remembers what happened a few short months after that, when the world shut down, which was probably the best thing that could have happened to us, because the argument around you need to be in the office just went away. Yeah. Not only that, it was how do we work hybrid? And I had been doing it for a decade, even throughout my career. So it really put us in a good position. It opened up the doors globally and really exposed us and the print industry to us and ways that we can help them. So ultimately, today, that's what we're doing. We're helping all companies across the print industry ecosystem, whether it's equipment manufacturers, software companies, the printers themselves, the fabricators, the the co-packers. If you have anything to do with print, we can help you clarify your message and turn your marketing into something that will actually generate that awareness, engagement, and growth.
That's amazing.
So there you go. That's as short as I can.
No, that's perfect. We appreciate all the context, and what a journey.
Aaron and I
not
do.
over.
Of course not. This is just another bus stop along the way here. But
exactly.
Aaron and I do bemoan the acquisition world we're living in, so I can appreciate you saying, "Okay, that's it. I'm done."
Yeah.
So, but in the intro, we talked about AI slop. So, what exactly do you mean by AI slop? And more importantly, for our listeners, why should a print business owner care about it?
That's a great question, Terry. I get asked that a lot. So when I talk AI slop, I'm taking it from a marketing and content perspective. I'm not talking about writing code or, automating systems. That AI is being used for that. People are creating apps. That's awesome. I'm talking specifically from that marketing perspective. To me, AI slop is, on the surface, it looks great. You're reading something, you're seeing something, it seems polished, it seems like it's the right thing, but when you really take a step back and read it, you realize it's really not saying much of anything. It's probably saying the same thing 7 times, just a little bit differently, so you feel like you're reading something that's really intelligent and composed until you really read it. And what I encourage people to do is, if you're not really sure if it's slop or not, read it out loud. And as you read it out loud, you will start to wait a minute, didn't I just say this? Wait, I thought it. Because when you read, it's so easy to skim. And you miss, the eye plays tricks on you, and you don't realize that you've just read the same paragraph 3 times, just slightly different. So to me, that's the epitome of AI slop. And ultimately, it's generic. It's vague. It's saying things that anybody else could say. And if it's not saying anything that's going to differentiate you from the competition, whether that's a shop down the street or across the world, if everybody's sort of saying the same thing but not differentiating themselves, then what happens is the buyer will have to make up their own minds. They're going to have to try and figure out, well, how is company A different from company B? Yeah. So you're leaving a lot of this decision making up to your website visitor or your prospect. And when that happens, guess what they're going to be looking at? Their only distinguishing factor that they can make in their head. What do you think that's going to be?
Yeah. Cheap
Putting
price.
you on the spot. Price. They're gonna shop on price. They're not gonna look at value. They're not gonna care.
Yep.
And the days and God bless everybody in this industry, but the days of saying no job is too big or too small. We have the best customer service. We offer white glove service. We have the latest technology. We have the best equipment. Well, God, I really hope so, because that's what I expect you to have. You're spouting all of these things as if they're the holy grail, and I'm looking at it as, well, duh. I expect you to have the latest equipment and the latest technology, and that you're going to help me and you're going to handhold me through the process, because I don't know the first thing about buying print. So if you can't really distinguish yourself from the competition, and you're using AI to create content, and you're not feeding the AI those differentiators, it's just going to keep spewing out slop. And guess what? Your competitor is going to get the same slop because they're using the same AI, and it only knows what it knows.
Yeah.
We strive to have the best customer service, and we in the industry are like, okay, that's the baseline. I don't know why you're telling me that. You know?
I say, give me an example. What does
Yes.
great customer service actually mean?
Yeah.
We have a client that they had a client that they do a lot of rush work. That's what they're known for, is rush work. So they had this one client, and the job went sideways. They were called in to repeat the job. The customer was getting on a plane. They literally sent somebody in an Uber, in a cab, with the job to the tarmac to hand off the project to the client. That is great customer service.
Exactly.
They're the only ones that can tell that story. Nobody else can tell that story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
100%.
There you go.
All right. Well, so you've just been very clear with us that AI generated content can definitely make us sound just like everybody else. But I've also heard you say in other places, this could actually drive customers towards the competition. So can you explain that a little bit for us?
Yeah. So again, it goes back to, if you're saying the same thing that everybody else is saying. Let me take a step back. Have you all heard the 5-second rule?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? You've got 5 seconds to capture somebody's attention.
So it's not about the food. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I was
No.
thinking a different
That's
I'm sorry.
That's the 10-second rule.
Face down.
Oh, 10. All right. I'm sorry. I got off track.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
it's all good. It's all good, especially if it's chocolate, right? So that's the 10-second rule. 5-second rule,
5-second
and it
rule.
used to be more. It used to be 8. I think some places will still say 8 seconds, but I argue it's actually 3 now. But you have 5 seconds to capture somebody's attention from the time they land on your website. If they can't figure out really, really quickly who you help, how you help, and why it matters, they're not going to stay. They're going to leave. If you're going to lead on your website with equipment, they're going to think you sell equipment. If you're going to have those same statements of, we have this and we do that and this is how we do it, it's all the we statements, I statements, great, but how are you going to help me? So today's buyers don't want to talk to a sales rep unless they absolutely have to. They want to spend, they don't know how to buy print. The majority don't know how to buy print. They don't want to admit that they don't know how to buy print. They're using tools like a lot of AI tools that a lot of printers are not happy with, but they don't know any better. So now they're landing on a website because they need a banner for an event that they're doing. And they get onto your website and they're assaulted with so many different messages. And all they want to do is get a banner stand. So they can't find it, on to the next one. On to the next one until they find somebody. Oh, here's a company that focuses on helping the real estate industry, and by the way, understands what's required for an open house. And yeah, they do banner stands. Well, guess what? That's where they're going to stay.
Yeah.
And until they need to find another website, that's where they're going to stay. So if you're not intentional around who you help, how you help, and most importantly, why that person should choose you, they're gone. And you've only got 5 seconds. Now, the good news is, once you have their attention, you can keep it. It's on you now. It's on you to lose the attention once you have it. There's a reason we binge watch Netflix, right? We'll scroll. Oh, wait. Here's something. Let me watch the preview. Oh, how long do you give that preview before you're like, no, I'm out of here? If you like it, you are going to sit and binge. Binge watch the entire Harry Potter movie series again for the umpteenth time. That's a huge commitment of time. You talk about magic spells and brewing, Aaron. You were saying that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And I will invest that time because it matters to me. Give me a reason to invest my time in you and your website. I promise I will spend my time. But tell me the same as everybody else, I'm going to look for the cheapest price. I'm going to look for somebody who makes it really easy for me, who has, the Amazon experience. They're looking for that Amazon experience, that Vistaprint experience. Apologies to all the web to print companies out there, but that's the expectation. Shopify, Amazon, Vistaprint, they are the de facto e-commerce standards. We are all playing in that world.
Yeah. Love it.
Well, so
but I'm not passionate about this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, gosh, if we could just get a little passion out of Joanne here, Terry.
Stop reading your
I can
script.
tone it down. Tell me if I need to tone it down. I know I can be a bit much for people.
We love it, and we want more of it. In fact, I got my pom-poms ready. So.
Well, so you talked a little bit about the telltale signs of that. Yes, we're looking at AI slop, but are there things that immediately make you say, "Yep, nobody proofread this"?
Oh my goodness, so many. And we each have our own tells, right? I should have worn. I have a T-shirt that says "Justice for M dashes." I really should have worn that. I have been using proper M dashes for a very, very. Remember, I was a typesetter.
Yeah.
I still, I write for a living. The days of the 3 dots, the 3 ellipses, that was the OG, and that kind of went away in lieu of you have a statement, you have a space, you have an M dash, you have a space, and then you continue your train of thought. Grammatically, should it be a semicolon? Probably, but that doesn't really look nice in a headline or as a blog title. So we, as marketers, we're looking for ways to capture attention. So AI comes around and sees M dashes and decides it's going to stick M dashes everywhere. But it's like this hyper extended M dash, and there's no space. So if you see a space with an M dash and a space, chances are it was done by a human. If you see this really elongated M dash and there's no breathing space between the letters, AI did it. That to me is like the biggest tell. When you're not seeing contractions, do not instead of don't. And I know that there are a lot of companies that are more formal, but there's something when every single sentence is lacking contractions, that AI did it. One of the things that I like to prompt AI is do not use M dashes, use N. It understands an N dash, and that's sort of the closest thing it gets to what I call an M dash. Replace it with N dashes or commas. I don't want to see M dashes. Use contractions. Don't stop listing things as just a sea of bullet points.
Yeah.
That's another tell. And of course, that saying the same thing over and over again, just slightly differently. Paragraphs that are 1 sentence long. Like those are some of the tells. It's writing for the ADHD reader, and it's writing for an audience that has less than a 5-second attention span. So it's doing everything in its power to keep your attention. What it doesn't realize is it's just making it more murky. So those are, lots of buzzwords. It sounds really confident. It's not this, it's that. That's also a huge tell. It's not about this, it's that. It doesn't only do this, it does that. I kill that right away. Like, I get rid of it. I will yell at it, I will chastise it, and if it still doesn't do it, then I just go in and rewrite it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, here's the trick. And I encourage everybody to do this. After you've rewritten or revised or refined your AI output, because let's face it, there is no way that what you get out as that first pass is what you're going to keep. And if you are, good luck, because chances are you are fueling some AI slop in there.
Yeah.
But once you've corrected it, feed that back into the AI and say, this is the final version. Pay attention to the changes that I made. Can you see what was corrected? Show me what was correct. Get it to spit back at you what edits you made, and then say, great, now learn this and apply this next time. So the more you can train it and push back on it and show it what the final outcome is from the original output, the better. It will still won't be perfect, but it'll be really much closer, so that you're not spending an hour and a half, maybe you're spending 20 minutes. And that's really the goal, is to get it 80%. Like any content provider that you are going to work with, you have to check their work. You're not just going to take a blog from a printer or a social media post from your content team and just let them go without reviewing it. That's just ludicrous to think that because AI makes it look and sound and feel so great and so professional, that, oh, it's AI, it knows, I can let it go. No, you can't. You have to put on that reviewer's hat. You've got to read it out loud, and you've got to ask yourself, ultimately, what's the objective of what it is I want this AI to produce? What do I want the reader to do next? And am I helping them do that, or am I confusing them even more? And that goes with any AI content, any marketing content that you produce, whether it's AI or not. The goal is, well, why am I doing this? What's the purpose? Yeah, you can do 50 blogs in 5 minutes, but what is it that you're trying to achieve with those 50 blogs? And are they actually helping you, or are they hurting your reputation, because now you're just going down this like rabbit hole of vanilla generic fluff that's really, and it's going to be flagged by the algorithms, and it's going to actually get you into trouble with like Google, and even AI doesn't like AI, which is ludicrous, its own craziness that's going on, especially on LinkedIn now. But ultimately, you are the human. That you are that final stop before it gets unleashed onto these unsuspecting prospects and customers. And is this really what you want them to read about you? And that's what you have to think about. And it's not always easy, but it's so necessary.
Yeah. Oh, wow. What good information there, Terry. I like there was so many good things there. It actually reminded me, Joanne, like when AI was becoming kind of more normally used across the board, where people were starting to, ChatGPT kind of made itself more public. And I had a weekly email that I received, and it had good content in it. And I'm an inbox zero guy, so my email box is very important to me. So I don't have a lot of like weekly emails that I get that I don't unsubscribe from. And all of a sudden, like just instantly, the next week after I start hearing about ChatGPT, this email comes to me completely different. All those things that you just talked about were happening, and it was loaded with emojis, which I'd never seen them use. Right? There's and I mean, I immediately unsubscribed. So like, that was like an eye opener for me, like how we're using this, and and I'm a big user of it too. So this is, wow, fantastic.
We're it's funny. I just wrote an article for What They Think. I think it's going to be coming out. I don't know. It might even be over at Printing United, like in that issue. But it's called "The AI Honeymoon Is Over," because we're now starting to pull back, and we're starting to really recognize the slop, the dangers, the hallucinations. I say AI has a dark side, right? It hallucinates. It can do some pretty dark things if you don't train it. Look, I remember when Word first, because yes, I am that old, but I remember when Word came out, and everybody was worried because suddenly everybody's going to be doing newsletters, and we're going to be using 27 different fonts and 19 colors, and Comic Sans, like everybody fell in love with. Now it's like nobody wants to touch it. And then eventually that petered out. And then, what happened when Canva came along? All the graphic designers were all up in arms. There is a place for it. It does not replace the professional designer who knows how to create a design that will drive movement to what it is you want to have happen next. The same with content. Is it good versus is it good enough? And that's really the question that content creators and content reviewers really need to start asking themselves. When is it good enough? At what point do I say, you know what, I'm letting it go because this is good enough for social media, but it's not good enough for a client presentation. It's good enough for a client presentation, but it's not good for an investor proposal. So where do you draw the line at good versus good enough? And that's something that can only happen when you have those guardrails in place and you have a proper messaging lexicon playbook. You understand, you've defined what a lead actually is. What is a marketing lead? What is a sales lead? When is like all that hard work that needs to happen, whether you're using AI or not, should be in place. Those foundational elements, having a brand guide, having a messaging guide, knowing every single person in your company needs to be able to answer the questions: who do you help? How do you help? And why does it matter? And it needs to be the same answer, because inevitably you're going to be in line somewhere at a grocery store or um, I don't know, wherever you are lining up, and you're going to strike up a conversation with somebody. And what's typical, or you're at a trade show, or, well, a trade show, most people know what you do, but you're going to be asked the question, what do you do for a living? You meet somebody new, you meet your neighbor. Well, where do you work? Well, wouldn't it be nice if everybody in your company said the same thing, as opposed to, I work in print. Oh, that's nice. I thought print was dead. Really? You work in print? And then it's not the conversation you want to have. But if
Yeah.
you can say things like, we create emotional experiences, we make it possible to take your brand and put it into somebody's hands so that they can touch it and feel it and hold it. Really? Tell me more about, how do you do that? So if you are able, if every single person, and I always say from the floor sweeper to the CEO, needs to be able to answer those three questions, that's how you start creating content that matters. That's how you feed the AI engine. That's how you can review what comes out to determine, is it right? Is it wrong? Is it good? Is it good enough?
100%. Wow. Okay. Good stuff. We're taking all this in. In fact, I want to get one of the comments from one of the regulators here. Sean Stewart said, even in an Amazon world, word of mouth is paramount. The story about the plane on the tarmac is perfect. We earn our customers' trust going above and beyond, and keeps that trust. Great conversation. Glad I tuned in. Good morning. So there we go.
Yeah.
Put all that in there. Love it. All right,
Yeah.
Joanne, we're gonna jump around on you a little bit here because we're running out of time, and we want a couple other things. I want to shift gears into associations and kind of community memberships, those kinds of things. I know you've been very involved with industry associations and community for a long time. Why should a business owner join an association when there's, like, oh, I can just go to YouTube University, right? Or yeah, there's so much stuff online that's quote unquote free. What's your take on that?
So, yes, there's plenty of information online, but there's nothing compares to having a conversation with somebody who has been in your spot.
Mm.
And there's that opportunity. I do work with several associations. One of the associations is our client, IPMA, the Implant Print and Mailing Association.
Nice.
As part of that, we run a quasi bi-weekly community meetup. So only members can join. And every meetup, we have a specific topic, like what does it take to convince management to invest in the implant, to buy equipment, or invest in human resources. Having those, one-on-one, well, we tried this. Oh, we tried that, but this worked instead. Oh, really? I never thought of doing. How did you do that? What was it like? You can't get that on YouTube. You can't get that you can sort of get it in a group, but nothing beats the opportunity to have like-minded individual, whether they're just entering and bringing in a completely fresh perspective, like maybe it's a recent grad joining an association and has all of these amazing ideas because they haven't been beaten down for the last 30 years of stuff that didn't work. And then you have sort of the more seasoned veterans that have been beaten down, but you get those two brains talking. I don't know about you, but I come away so inspired by that freshness and that willingness to learn and try and do. And they come away in, feeling like, wow, I got to speak to somebody who's done this and can really help me. And maybe not saying a mentor is a little bit too big a word to use, but having somebody that you can pick up the phone and say, you know what, I'm really struggling today. Can you help me? Can you offer some advice? Can I just pick your brain for 5 minutes? And if it means you have to wait for that monthly meeting, you wait for that monthly meeting. But just having that like-minded experience or lack of experience, it's kinship. And I think that's where the associations really help bring various segments together, and they can be broad, like the Printing United Alliance, or they can be really, really small and niche, like Women in Wide Format. There's really a place for everybody, and if there isn't, guess what? You can create your own meetup, and a lot of times it starts as a group on LinkedIn or a group on Facebook, and it grows and it grows, and then it's like, well, hey, let's all meet. That's what we did with Girls Who Print Canada. We did our first live event. It was phenomenal. Who knew that so many people would want to come to this? It was amazing. It started grassroots online.
Well, so along those lines, there are people who belong to an association that they pay their dues so they can put the logo on their website. Let's go further. How can somebody get a real return on that association membership?
Take advantage of everything it has to offer. And it doesn't mean you have to spend all of your time, but once a week, once every 2 weeks, log into the member area, not just the main website. Log into that member area. See what's going on. Is there a community meetup? Is there some sort of webinar going on? Is there an opportunity to is there like a Zoom meetup or have a conversation? But really, and then think of, where can you help? A lot of people, myself included, find it a lot easier to help others than to ask for help. So if you show up with the intention to help somebody else, guess what? Chances are you're going to get the help you need, whether you ask for it or not, because you showed up.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better than paying it forward. So if you go with that mindset of, there's nothing I'm going to get out of it, and instead go with, well, maybe there's nothing I'm going to get out of it, but maybe I can help somebody as part of this community. Again, I cannot tell you what that opens up to you as a person, as an association, as a professional. To me, that's how it all started, where I just raised my hand and said, yeah, I can help. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm here to help. Just put me to work.
Yeah.
And that's how I learned, and that's how I got to where I am today, where I'm, really sitting on the board of 3 or 4 different associations now. I raise my hand a lot.
I love it. I think you and I are very like-minded there, Joanne. I feel that coming up. And to just what you said, right? I always tell people, you get out of something what you put into it. And yeah, so good.
Read the emails.
Yeah.
Read the newsletter. Go into the community. Attend a community meetup. If there's a user group conference, go.
Absolutely.
Meet your fellow community members. I've formed lifelong relationships because of associations that I've been a part of. And Printing United is, with the All Stars, now when we go back, it's kind of like a camp reunion, right?
Yeah.
You get to you see once a year you get to reconnect with your peeps.
Yep.
And from there it's like, oh, I have so much to tell you. And like, really? So do I. And like, you're doing this, I'm doing that. Holy crap, maybe we can do something together. Did you hear this guy over here's doing that and she's doing that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, how did I not know? So once a year it's an opportunity to really immerse yourself in this one niche that you really are so passionate and love. Why wouldn't you want to share it with others, and why wouldn't you want to embrace what you can get out of it?
Amazing. Amazing. All right. Well, we are getting down towards the end of our time here together. And so you've given us a ton to think about there with the associations and community and stuff like that. But I want to get one more gold nugget out of you here. Because there's been a ton of them, but we're going to be greedy. All right. So if I'm a print business owner, what's one thing I could do tomorrow to kind of stop the slop?
Well, one, that narrows it down. I would say look at your website. Really look at your website with a fresh pair of eyes, and try. And if you can't do it, ask somebody else to do it for you. Is it featuring equipment that makes it look like you sell equipment? That's the first thing. And is it really, really clear within seconds of landing on your homepage? Who do you help? How do you help? And why does it matter? If nothing else, I would focus on that. And I will leave you with a statement that I've been sort of sharing on my presentations. If you come to my presentation at Printing United, you will see it. But I say, if your team cannot tell the same story, then your prospects will not trust the one that they hear. And you can take that to the bank. Now more than ever, and that's also another tell, but I've been saying it first, but now more than ever, you need to really be crystal clear and obvious who you help, how you help, and why it matters.
Amazing. Amazing.
You know, it's funny. Just recently, we had another guest on saying, "We know you're really proud of your equipment. Take it off your website. Nobody cares." Just keep thinking
I'm pretty sure I know who that was too. Was it a fellow All-Star?
Yes.
Was it a fellow? Yeah, I know exactly who that was.
You know exactly.
Were there a lot of bleeps in that episode that you had to bleep out?
There were a couple of expletives in there.
I was really careful. I tried to keep it very G-rated.
You did fantastic. We're still editing that episode, by the way. So.
I'm not surprised, but I know exactly who you're talking about. But yes, it's so true. I can't tell you, Lynn. I was like, well, do they sell equipment? Like, what do they do here?
Yeah. Love
so,
it.
Joanne, where can people find you and learn more about your work? Continue this conversation.
Number one place, honestly, LinkedIn. Just find me on LinkedIn. There, put it up on the screen, Joanne Gore 121. You can visit joannegorcommunications.com. That's my company. You can email me, Joanne at joannegorecommunications.com. I should have given you my Linktree, which I didn't, but shockingly, it's Linktree, Joanne Gore Communications, or Joanne Gore. And if you can't find it, I'll share it with you. Where else? Oh, I have a book. I wrote a book.
Yes.
It's available on Amazon. Let me grab it and show you the cover real quickly.
Love it.
Find it. It's somewhere here on my desk. Shows you how prepared I am.
Very good. Perfect.
For a podcast listeners, Joanne is running around her office.
Thriving in Chaos, Lessons Learned as a Corporate Marketer. And really, I wrote this book to, share my lessons. And if I could, whether you're new, whatever, if you don't have to be in the print industry, you could be a recent graduate, you could be somebody who's going through, a life transition. But, sort of how to spot the warning signs, how to recover when life just beats you down. And, when it's okay to throw yourself a pity party. There's a chapter in there called You're Fired, Now What? I mean, I probably have been fired more times than some people have changed socks, but that's literally, it's my way of giving back and sharing my lessons learned to hopefully help somebody else who might be going through life, career turmoil and change.
Perfect. Wow. All right. Well, I also want to just remind people, since everybody's coming to Vegas for Printing United, definitely check out Joanne's session that she's got on Wednesday. It looks like you're involved in several sessions, but I'm really looking forward to your Wednesday session called The AI Elephant in the Room, How AI Slop is Destroying Your Bottom Line One Bite at a Time. So going to probably be a continuation of this conversation, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I just finished the presentation yesterday, so
So
I'm
it's
really,
top of mind. I love it.
I'm really excited about it. So
Yeah.
I hope, I hope it goes over well.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. Well, Joanne, thank you so much. Also, thank you so much for going with the flow with us. I know we bounced around a little bit on you, so great job, and thank you for all the wonderful information today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. And Terry, are you coming to Printing United?
I will be there as well. I'll be in the apparel zone, so I will see you there.
I am very excited to meet you personally, Terry, and Aaron to re-meet you.
Yeah, yes. See you again. I was so crazy last year. I did not get as much hangout time, so I'm going to try to remedy that this year. I'm staying for a bit longer this year, so I'm looking forward to it.
Amazing.
Cool.
Amazing. All
Great. We'll see you in a month.
Yep. See you in a month.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Aaron, I love the AI honeymoon is over. I thought, oh man, I wish I'd thought of that.
Yeah, no kidding. Wait a second. I thought we said on this show, Terry, like the first time we give you credit, after that, it's ours. That's how it works. No, I'm just kidding. We're kidding, Joanne. All right, good stuff. Wow, amazing. Terry, I don't think we can really top that. I'm not sure. Just come back, listen to that multiple times, and make sure that you're
thought the same thing. I have to go back and write down some gold nuggets there.
Absolutely. Well, Terry, I know actually you're getting ready to be on the road actually today, but give us an update on what's happening for you.
Yeah, my complete screen printing business course upcoming at Atlas Screen Supply in Chicago, and just like our conversation today, I spend a good part of my time now unlearning what people have learned on YouTube.
Yep.
As you said, I'm leaving here after the show today to head up there to Chicago. So that class is November 7th, that class is this weekend, and then I'm back there again on November 7th and 8th. I'm going to be in the apparel zone at Printing United, September 23rd through 25th. I will be in the DTF Superstore area there running Epson printers. And also in the apparel zone on Thursday, I'm going to be hosting a panel on the future of DTF printing. What DTF printing is going to look like 5 years from today. Yeah. And then Aaron, you and I are going to be doing a presentation on Friday about whether to buy DTF transfers or buy a DTF printer. And so watch for all my upcoming events at terrycombs.com. How about you, Aaron?
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to all that, Terry. And so obviously Printing United, I'll share that in 1 second, but I do want to put this out there. We're starting to fill up the Purpose Plus Profit retreat happening October 30th and 31st. And, I think it's really easy for small business owners to become so busy running their business that they rarely take time to step back and think about where it's going. Right. And when you don't take that time, you end up putting your ladder against the wrong building. Right. And you get there and you go, oh, crap, now I got to climb back down and restart. Right. So if we just slow down for a second, that's what this Purpose Plus Profit retreat is all about, is really connecting our purpose, understanding what profit means in our business and how we keep track of it through tools and even our marketing. Right. There's going to be pieces of that. So that's happening October 30th and 31st in St. Charles, Missouri. And it's just going to be 2 very intentional days to reconnect with their purpose, strengthen their profitability, gain practical strategies, and to some of the things that Joanne talked about today too, just building relationships with other people that are in the same place, right? They might not be in the exact same boat as you, but they're on that same ocean, right? They understand the storms that come. And so we're going to build that kind of community. It's intentionally very small. So we want people to have greater clarity, stronger direction, stronger connections, and really just feel like they're walking away with the tools and know-how to have a business that supports the life that they want as opposed to the business running their life. And so if you'll go over to osg.link and /retreat, which Eric's got on screen for those watching, but our podcast listeners, osg.link /retreat. And check it out. Any questions you have, please reach out to me. Happy to discuss them with you. But you can sign up there. Or if somebody immediately came to mind while you were thinking about this that maybe could use this, or you want them to come with you, great, bring a friend. Let's do it, right? Like we do have very limited room left, but we're gonna make it work if you're interested. So reach out. Really looking forward to that one, Terry. So that's happening as we just talked about. Lots of stuff happening at Printing United too. So I'm going to try to hit just my high level stuff here real quick. Wednesday, September 23rd at noon, I'm teaching the ideal customer blueprint, how print shops increase profit by serving the right buyers. Then the next day on Thursday, September 24th at noon, I'll be teaching simple creative plays to reach more buyers without more ad spend. And then later that day at 3 p.m., I'm going to be teaching from file to finished print, what actually matters in DTF production. Plus on Thursday, the 24th at 11 a.m., I will be on a panel that's hosted by our friend Cassie Green called Margins Over Machines, the business decisions that actually make you money. I'm really looking forward to that. And she already sent the questions over. I'm like, oh my gosh, these are gold. If we can help people with these questions, we're going to do our job plus some. And then, as Terry said, we've got plenty of panels and things happening. If you're not sure where to start and you're in the apparel decorating business, just go down to the Apparel Zone, right? You can check out Terry there. Come see him. It's a safe space. I still got to work on that shirt for Terry. That there's no selling. Nobody's pitching you anything. You're going to really come and learn. And then if you're done with the Apparel Zone, you can go over to where the Expo All-Stars have some things set up, and there's going to be a ton of cool things happening there, like some masterminds. I'm actually facilitating a couple tables in that. So I'm bringing my good running shoes because I will be running back and forth, but it's going to be an incredible week, and you just don't want to miss it. Vegas, September, perfect. printingunited.com/register, and then you can use the code 341404, and that will get you on the show floor for free. And yeah, some good stuff happening there. So that's me, Terry. Covered it all. As far as Eric is got cracking, he's got some really cool stuff that he always does every Friday. The Take Up is episode 264. Is he gaining on us, Terry? I just
I
can't.
think he's gaining on us. It's
Somehow.
he's counting by twos, I think.
No, he's just putting out incredible content. So episode 264, The Digitizing Divide, frequently asked questions. So in the episode, Eric's going to answer some of the most frequently asked questions he gets about digitizing process, cost considerations, software solutions, and how to judge digitizing quality and consequences, right? Like I think sometimes as embroiderers, we don't think about what does this actual path on screen mean to the garment and etc. I think I'm getting that right, Eric. So there we go, halfway. So anyhow, just show up with your questions. You'll get the actual expert teaching you the how, the why, and the what the heck is happening with my design. Those are the questions that haunt your digitizing journey, and Eric is going to remove those demons for you. So 2:30 Mountain Time, 4:30 Eastern. If you'll head over to ericcampbell.com and click the Take Up tab at the top, you can access that and all of his episodes. So definitely check that out. Terry, is your cauldron ready to stir up that sauce?
Stirring up that secret sauce. Let's do it.
All right.
I'm Terry Combs, and my secret sauce today is one mistake that costs shops the most money. One of the most expensive mistakes a print shop can make isn't poor pricing, not enough equipment, or even lack of customers. It's allowing bottlenecks and inefficiency to become normal. I've been in hundreds of production shops and on hundreds of production floors. Unfortunately, inefficiency is the norm. So think about what happens with a typical order. An order comes in and it waits for somebody to enter it. Then it waits for the artwork. Then it waits for the art approval. Then it waits for production. And you guys know where I'm going with this. I've been on production floors in the middle of a workday when not a single item is being produced, not one item. So here's the mistake. We tend to measure how busy everyone is instead of measuring how fast work moves through our shops. You can have everybody working at 100% and still have an inefficient business. We don't have a people problem, we have a bottleneck problem. So here's the secret in today's sauce. Stop asking, how can I make everyone more efficient? Instead, ask, where is the work piling up? So look at your shop today. Where are the jobs waiting? Are quotes sitting on the owner's desk? Are art approvals taking days to come back? Are jobs waiting for one particular employee who specializes in that particular type of decoration? Are finished garments sitting there waiting for somebody to fold them and box them? Or, and here's the big one, are you the bottleneck? I talked about this in a recent secret sauce. If every price decision, customer problem, art question, purchasing decision, if it all has to come through you, congratulations. You are now the most important employee in your shop. And that's not a compliment. You, your business can only move as fast as you can make decisions. So here's a very simple exercise. Take one typical order and follow it from the customer saying yes to the money is in the bank. Write down every step and be honest about it. You're going to probably find a few bottlenecks right away. This is critically important. Don't try to fix everything. Fix that one first bottleneck. Take one project at a time. And I know it's super tempting to try and fix everything at once, but it never ever works. Fix the thing that's restricting the flow of work. Then and only then will you look for the next bottleneck. Because once you fix one issue, another one's going to quickly identify itself. And that's the nature of improving your production system. And trust me, you're going to be surprised. You're going to say, and I've been this person, I had no idea that was such a problem for everybody on the production floor. And here's the money part. Every time a job sits idle, your shop is spending resources without generating revenue. Those shops where nothing's being produced. Your employees are still getting paid, your rent still comes due, your equipment is still depreciating, the lights are on, but jobs aren't moving. Busy doesn't equal profitable. The goal is to make everybody busier. The goal is to get more profitable work flowing through your shop with fewer stops, fewer handoffs, fewer decisions waiting on one person. So if you want to find the biggest opportunity to improve your shop's profitability, don't say, what should we buy? Ask, where are we getting stuck? Find the bottleneck, fix the bottleneck, then find the next one. Because the money you're losing may not be hiding in the pricing or in sales. It might be sitting in a pile somewhere in your shop waiting for somebody to move it. That's my secret sauce for today.
All right, Terry. Wow, what a great secret sauce. First I was like, I envisioned some people that you might be talking to, and then I started thinking, oh crap, he might be talking to me.
I based my entire consulting career on that bit of information because every production floor I ever walked onto, it was at some level of inefficiency.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. I think we all are in our lives, right? Like you use that same theory just to improve, heck, how we decide what's happening for dinner in our house. It could be more efficient, right? Like anyhow. All right. Well, this has been a great show today. We have come to the close of it, everybody. We want to thank Joanne Gore for being here with us. Make sure that if you are in Las Vegas, you seek her out and say hello. Tell her that you saw her on the Two Regular Guys, and make sure that you're connecting with her. What a wealth of information, and I'm sure she can help your business in some way, shape, or form, Terry.
Absolutely. It's been a great show today. And we also want to thank our show producer, Eric Campbell, for all he does, keeping us on the air, pushing those buttons, turning those wheels. Thanks, Eric.
Yep, definitely appreciate you very much, Eric. Terry, next week, our good friend Teresa Hagel with ASI is going to be joining us to discuss the Counselor's State of the Industry report. So we're going to get into some promo product stuff. And this is a show that we've been doing regularly for the last couple of years. I think I was a little worried, like we missed it the year before, but you guys corrected me last time. So we're good. We've got the show happening. Can't wait to dig into it. They go so deep, and they have like really interesting data to back up this stuff. And so it's worth making sure that you tune in next week. We'll see you guys at Friday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time.
All right. I love this show every year. Until then, I'm Terry Combs. He's Aaron Montgomery.
And that was the Two Regular Guys.
Here we go. We're out.
Awesome.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Two Regular Guys. We're here because of listeners like you, and we're so grateful to have you on this journey with us. For more valuable insight, be sure to visit our website, 2regularguys.com, and join the conversation on our Facebook page. And hey, if you or someone you know has expertise, a unique perspective, or a story worth sharing, we'd love to have them as a guest on the show. Just reach out. Remember, success in this industry isn't just about the equipment you own or the techniques you've mastered. It's about the mindset you bring and the connections you build. Keep learning, stay curious, and don't be afraid to think differently. Keep pressing on, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the Two Regular Guys.